I think for Ohio State, as a fan and alum, it adds more enthusiasm to the Big Ten on a football Saturday. Obviously, in years past, when I was a lot younger, we played USC, and we went out to USC. They destroyed us. That's when we had Terrell Pryor. They came to the Horseshoe, and they got us again. Now a lot of things have changed. Ohio State is a much better football team. Now Ohio State was a very good football program under Tressel at that time. USC was just at their peak powers, with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's not walking through that door, and USC and all their fans and UCLA. That's going to be a long traveling, distance for them. I could potentially see maybe there will be super conferences because USC and UCLA, their fan bases are going to have to constantly travel across country. Now, obviously, the Big Ten is going to make the schedule very favorable for both USC and UCLA in terms, especially USC. Maybe not UCLA, but definitely USC. They're going to make sure they have a very nice slate, and when they draw the Big Ten, they're probably going to be in the Big Ten West, both of them. Unless now the Big Ten has talked about doing away with doing away with divisions, but they're probably going to be in the Big Ten West. And I can guarantee you those first couple years that USC is in the Big Ten, they're not going to be drawing everybody from the Big Ten East. They're not going to draw Ohio State, that team up north, in the same year. I don't see it, and they're definitely not going to draw Michigan State and Penn State. They're probably going to draw, one of those teams in probably a Rutgers, a Maryland, something like that. I don't think they're going to be having a difficult schedule out the bat. Now, that does mean once they get to the Big Ten championship, potentially those teams in the West have not had that much success. We'll see what USC can do. Now, this is supposed to be in 2024, so I think Caleb Williams will be gone. But we'll see. This gives Lincoln Riley enough time to build his program and prepare for the Big Ten. I see USC having a lot more success in football instead of UCLA. Now, Ohio State, we're not worried. We're going to continue to recruit. Ohio State's going to continue to have great recruiting classes. And now just gives Ohio State the ability to even go further to California and say, hey, why would you go play for USC? You're going to play in the Big Ten? Come play for the powerhouse, the guys who's been running the Big Ten for many years. Coach Franklin is just going to bring more coaches is going to come out to the West Coast. I think it gives Ohio State an advantage in recruiting because Ohio State is the cream of the crop in the Big Ten. I'm going to go to California. There's already been a C.J. Stroud from California, Chris Olave was from California. There's been a lot of guys from California. Why not play for us versus a USC team that we don't know what they're going to look like in the Big Ten? You're going to have to wait and see. Why wait and see versus being with an established program in the Big Ten? Maybe in 2026, 2027, they might be at their peak powers again. We don't know, but 2024, you can't guarantee they're going to have success. Now, the Big Ten, potentially, they're going to make it favorable for them in terms of who they play, but you can't guarantee that you're going to have more success than at Ohio State, than at that team up north.